Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to our virtual reading events. This week, we have author Crystal McLean with us who will be reading to us. Before we get into the reading, I want to do as always and highlight our co-sponsors. So I want to shout out Alamance Achieves, Future Alamance, Allied Churches of Alamance County, Elena and Jane Books, Furnace Chapel Christian Church, the Kia Foundation, WNCC Western District Social Action Commission, Genesis Child Development Center, and This Woman's Words. As you all know our routine, I have to give you a literacy resource highlight because I want to make sure that you all are having all the support that you need as we go through this virtual learning, alternate learning experience. So this week, Alamance Achieves has asked us to highlight the Alamance County Public Libraries. They have an early literacy program, and if you visit the Alamance Public Libraries website, you'll find the links to the literacy program and the different opportunities and activities that they have. I've also included the link in all of the highlights about this reading. So if you go to my Facebook page or Crystal's Facebook page, you will find the link that will take you directly to the early literacy page for the Alamance County Public Libraries. I also want to take a moment to remind you about the survey that Alamance Achieves is doing for summer learning. This is specifically for parents of children that are attending Alamance Burlington schools. And if you would like the link to the survey, you're welcome to message me or comment on this post on Facebook, and I will send you that link. So with that being said, today our book will be Harmony and the Empty Piggy Bank, which was written by Crystal McLean, and Miss McLean is here with us today to read. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about her. So Crystal D. McLean is a native of Fayetteville, North Carolina. She is an alumnus of Fayetteville State University, where she received her Bachelor of Science degree in Banking and Finance and many other series certifications. Crystal has been working in the banking industry for over 8 years and is currently employed by a national leading bank. Crystal is a proud supporter of her community and is involved in numerous volunteer and charitable organizations. She plays a direct, impactful role at her local assembly as the youth pastor. She has a true passion for young people. It is a goal of hers to educate our youth on financial awareness and give them tools to make financially sound decisions. Because of that vision to help youth with financial literacy, Crystal wrote a book called Harmony and the Empty Piggy Bank, which is an international Amazon bestseller. Crystal's desire to assist others financially came from her personal experience of being a single mother for years and having to learn how to be creative and strategic financially. Her goal is to not just teach, but also assist others in applying the financial tools that are given to them. Crystal desires to make a change in her generation now so that it could ultimately benefit the next generation. And without further ado, I would like to introduce you all to my personal financial guide and somebody that I think you will greatly enjoy hearing from today, Crystal McLean.
Hey y'all. How is everyone doing on this sunny? Well, where I am, it's very sunny and it's beautiful. And I'm thankful because it's been very cold and rainy lately. So I hope everyone is doing amazing on this Saturday. I am going to just jump in. We're going to talk about the coins. Who wants to talk about the coins? As Sheree so beautifully said, my passion is financial literacy, teaching children about healthy money habits, budgeting, savings, investing, persistence, delayed gratification, all those beautiful terms. And so my book, Harmony and the Empty Piggy Bank, that was really the goal, was to start at that lower foundational level while they're still in elementary school, to be able to really educate them on these principles, and that these principles are able to travel with them and journey with them throughout their different age ranges. So as they grow up, as they finally get their car and all of that, they at least have a good foundation. And don't think that this is the only book. This is going to be a series. So we're going to follow the journey of different phases financially in Harmony's life. However, today we're going to start off with the foundational one. And so it's called Harmony in the Empty Piggy Bank. And drop it in the comments. What was the age that you first received your piggy bank? What age was that you first received your piggy bank? I remember I got mine. It was actually a passed down piggy bank. It was an old one of them glass ones that I didn't even understand the point of it, to be quite honest, because really back in the day, you would have to break it in order for you to get all the change out. I'm just like, well, what if I wanted to keep saving after that? Anyway, that was the piggy bank, which I never broke it. I just kept it and it just kind of passed down. So drop in the chat. What age was it that you received that first piggy bank? What was that first, like, oh, I can actually save money moment? And if you haven't received a piggy bank, I don't even care if you're an adult, get you a piggy bank, because it is a good reminder just to kind of wrap your mind around what your goals are, especially as it pertains to savings. So we gonna hop in real quick. We gonna hop in. And because my book is a chapter book, I am not going to read it all to you guys, because I know y'all like, I am not about to spend this whole Saturday with you, girl. But I am going to read certain excerpts, and I do want y'all to comment in the chat. I can see some of the comments on Facebook, so drop it in the comments. When I ask certain questions, I'm going to ask y'all to respond, and we're going to go from there. But I'm going to read certain portions, ask some questions, and then I'm going to let y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. All right. So, Harmony and the Empty Piggy Bank, a book about money, budgeting, entrepreneurship. How many entrepreneurs we got out there? Drop it in the chat if you're an entrepreneur. And persistence. Okay. So we're going to start with the beginning. It's a beautiful sunny day, and Harmony and Mom are going out for their usual girls' day. Every week, her and Mom take this moment to bond and talk. They like to talk about school, new songs, gymnastics, and everything in between. Some days they grabbed ice cream, and other days they went shopping. As Harmony rides in the car with Mom, she thinks of what she's going to get today. Will it be some candy, some lip gloss, or maybe even some headphones? She got excited thinking about it. In that moment, as Mom drove out of the neighborhood, Harmony saw her friends laughing, singing, and riding their bikes. She silently wondered when she would finally have her chance to be a part of the fun. She really wanted a bike, but had not spoken to her parents about it yet. Harmony thought about how much fun she would have riding one. Harmony loves the shopping trips, but today it seemed extra special. She likes how sunny it is and how much fun her and Mom are having in the car. Normally, Mom leads the songs, even though her singing is not the best. Harmony is a little shady. Today, Mom let Harmony lead the songs. Maybe she's tired of Harmony laughing at her in the back seat when she sings the wrong notes or forgets the words to the song. Just shady. Harmony began to wonder where they were going today. Mom is known for keeping the location a surprise. Harmony thought maybe one day Mom will let me plan the field trip as she finished leading her favorite song. Harmony was deep in her notes, singing with her eyes closed when she felt the cart stop. We're here, Mom screeched. Today, they ended up at the mall. Harmony giggled and was excited since it had been a while. Harmony jumped out smiling. This is one of my favorite places in the whole world. She loved how there were so many different stores and so much stuff to buy. She was super happy and she kept the singing spree going. Harmony danced up and down the mall, looking at all the stores, singing her own made up song. I am awesome. I am fly. I am beautiful. Don't you know why? While turning the corner, admiring all the nice things, the most amazing thing caught her eye in the middle of the mall. At that moment, Harmony stopped singing. There she stood, gazing at the most beautiful thing she had ever seen, a bike, and not just any bike, but the bike she had seen on the commercials. And some of her friends had it. Before her eyes was the Lomax 10 bicycle, the newest, latest model. It had a blingy basket where she could put her phone and other stuff. She started to play with the display bike and wondered how she would look riding with it. So I'm going to skip a little bit further. And this is the part where Mom approaches Harmony. And Harmony is about to shoot her shot. So Mom snapped her out of her daydream. Earth to Harmony. Immediately, Harmony came back to reality. She shrieked, Mom, I have to have it. Please, Mom, please. May I have it? Pretty, please. Mom placed her finger on Harmony's mouth and said, calm down and tell me what all this fuss is about. What do you have to have, sweetie? Harmony tried to use her inside voice, but her excitement caused her to jump and yell, Mom, this right here, isn't it beautiful? You know how bad I want to buy it. And this one is perfect. I can do so much with this. And some of my friends already have one like this. But this one is so much prettier. You know, she got to be a little extra. Look at the sparkly pegs, Harmony smiled. She just knew Mom was buying this bike for her today. Here it goes. Harmony, remember how Dad and I have been talking to you about saving up for the things you want? Mom asked, crossing her arms. Yes, Mom, but remember, I saved and used all that money for my hoverboard 3 months ago. Harmony let out a disappointed sigh. Besides, Mom, it takes so long to save that much money. So I'm going to skip down. Harmony huffed, rolled her eyes, and blurted out, but Mom, only, it's only $150 and it will take me forever to save that much money. It's really not that much money for you and Dad. Please, Mom. See how these kids think today? They just think this money going. All right, we're going to go over to chapter 2. All right. So normally after girls' day out, the ride home is filled with singing, girl talk, and playing the competitive game of punch buggy. Not this time. Today's ride home was quiet. Harmony didn't feel like singing. She felt more like crying. She had her head and her heart set on that bike. Mom could have bought it for her, but instead she said no. That no hurt her feelings. Harmony felt that she was a good girl. She always did her best to follow the rules at home and school. She looked out of the window with a sad face. To make matters worse, while going home, they passed two of her same friends still riding their bikes in the neighborhood and laughing. They looked happy, and Harmony couldn't help but get even sadder that she could not be a part of it. Skipping a little bit further. All right. After Mom parked in the driveway without a word, Harmony jumped out of the car, went inside, ran upstairs to her room. Harmony plopped on her bed and couldn't get the thought of the bike out of her head. She turned to her dresser and noticed her piggy bank. With high hopes, she hopped off the bed, picked up the purple glass pig. She shook it, heard the loud rattling sound of coins, and thought, it doesn't sound like $150. Yet she stayed positive. Harmony squeezed her eyes shut, hoping for a miracle as she twisted the secret opening at the bottom and peeked inside. She saw four $1 bills, two quarters, and 7 pennies. How much is that? $4.57. Really? That's all I have? How can I buy a bike with this? She whined. Baby was hurt. All right, we're gonna switch further. This is called Dad's Home. How many men out here got some daddy's girls and they just feel like they could just change the whole trajectory? My daughter's a daddy's girl, so um, Harmony was still sobbing when she heard the front door open and Dad coming in. She wiped away her tears and she thought to herself excitedly, maybe there's still a chance. She jumped off the bed, ran downstairs to greet Dad. In her happiest and sweetest voice, she exclaimed, Dad, Dad, my favorite person in the whole wide world. Trying to manipulate. She skipped to Dad and hugged him tightly. Dad laughed. Hey, princess, how are you? Wow, what did I do to deserve so much extra love from you today? Harmony leaned in on his shoulders and hugged his neck tightly, with Dad returning the embrace. Harmony is truly a daddy's girl, but Dad also knows Harmony. While he was enjoying the moment, he was also trying to figure out what she trying to do. That's not what it says. It says what's coming next. But what is you trying to do? So his princess wanted something. He just didn't know what. Harmony acted the same way when she wanted her hoverboard. So just a background, Harmony asked Dad in the living room, try to get it away from Mom's earshot. And here's Dad's response. Dad exclaimed, okay, here we go. Sweetie, how much is this perfect shiny bike? This after she done pitched it to Dad. While still dancing, she had the prize memorized and stated that it only cost $150. Harmony was still waiting on her yes when Dad asked, what did Mom say about this? Ooh. His princess stopped dancing. The twinkle in her eyes disappeared as she remembered her talk with Mom. I know you remember when we talked to you about saving your money for the things you want, right? Oh, Harmony nodded her head. She couldn't say anything. Harmony was just confused. She just knew this plan would have worked. Dad continued, let me remind you that yes, you did save your money, but you made the choice to spend it all on the hoverboard you wanted. Harmony turned to walk away and said, never mind, Dad. Just forget it. May I go to my room, please? Dad responded, yes, for a moment, then go wash your hands and get ready for dinner. She went back to her room sadder than before. She washed up for dinner, went downstairs, and struggled to eat her food. She just couldn't understand why her parents were acting this way. Dinner was silent, like the car ride home. And I'm going to skip over to chapter 4, different day, same disappointment. But Harmony is about to come up with a plan. And so the biggest concept with Harmony and the empty piggy bank is persistence, that you don't sit there. When you get a no, how do you respond to the no? Is you gonna just, are you gonna just, no, you're gonna keep fighting. And so Harmony's in the cafeteria. She's at school with her best friend. She's already calculated how long it would take if she just saved up her allowance, how long it would take her to actually save up for this bike. And she's like, well, if I save up this much, the bike may not be there. She thinks of all these grand stories, or the company may close, all this stuff. And so now she's sitting there with her best friend. Harmony's best friend Ava came and sat with her in the cafeteria. When Ava looked at her friend, she saw how unhappy and upset she was. Harmony, what's wrong with you? You've been looking sad all day. You didn't even laugh when Jeff tripped over his book bag earlier. Now that was funny, Ava chuckled. Harmony looked at Ava and blurted out, Ava, my parents don't want me to have any fun. They want me to keep doing chores, making good grades in school, saving my allowance, and making wise decisions. And then when I ask for something, they tell me no. They say, you have to earn it. You have to work for it. Blah, blah, blah. Harmony held back the tears as she remembered yesterday's conversation. Ava looked at her and said, so, what'd you ask for? I only asked for a bike, Ava, a bike, so I can ride around the neighborhood with my friends. I am the only one who can't. It only cost $150. I've even planned to do extra chores. They still said no. I am not old enough to get a job. How am I supposed to earn that much money, Harmony whined? And so I'm going to skip a little further, and I'm going to go to them actually coming up with a plan. Harmony remembered when her Granny Hal and her famous lemonade. When Harmony was younger, Granny Hal would always make it for the entire neighborhood, and they loved it. Before Granny Hal passed away, she had taken the time to teach Harmony how to make it herself. This was something Harmony will always hold dear to her. Suddenly, Harmony shook Ava's shoulders, exclaimed, Ava, I got it. I got it. I got it. Ava asked anxiously, well, what is it? Tell me, tell me. I can make Granny's famous lemonade and sell it. That way I can earn the money for my bike and it won't take forever. The girls hugged and celebrated Harmony's great idea. Ava got inspired after their embrace and said, wait a minute. What if you get your mom to make you some of those famous ooey gooey cookies? You remember the ones she made for the slumber party. They were so good. Ava rubbed her tummy thinking about them. I am going to show mom and dad that I am serious. After they see my plan, I think they'll love it. Harmony was so excited. She hugged Ava and said, this is why you're my best friend. So now Harmony gets to work. She rushed home, finished her homework, and then she went straight to work on her presentation. She grabbed a poster board, markers, crayons, glitters, pencils with her final project. She wrote down the recipe for the lemonade, then drew cups and dollar signs. She also drew pictures of mom's cookies and a piggy bank. After that, she carefully sketched a 3D rectangle and wrote the words refreshments for sale. She could hardly contain her excitement. She was so proud of herself. She hid the poster in her closet and she planned to present it to her parents the next day. Harmony prayed, then drifted off to sleep, thinking of their refreshment stand and her cute new bicycle. So now Harmony is at a place where she is about to present it to her parents. Okay, so you can't just create a plan and just leave it in your closet. You got to create a plan and then put it into action. So let's watch how she puts it into action. The next morning, Harmony's alarm clock rang and she woke up excited. Today was presentation day. She was so excited that she got dressed ahead of her usual time. So that's the thing. When vision happens, can't nothing stop you. Okay, that's not in the story, but I just have to throw those little nuggets in there. All right. Harmony grabbed her presentation poster and rushed downstairs. Her parents were in the kitchen doing their normal, usual routine. Harmony strutted into the kitchen. Good morning, my favorite parents. A little extra from the day before, right? They looked at each other, not knowing what to think of their bright-eyed and cheery daughter. She is usually not a morning person. Well, good morning to you, too. What's got you excited this morning? Mom asked, waiting for an explanation. Dad asked jokingly, who are you and what have you done with my daughter? They all laughed. Harmony cleared her throat. Mom, Dad, I apologize for acting like a brat yesterday. I thought about what you said, and I think I have the perfect idea to earn money for my bike. Harmony was beaming with confidence. Her parents were eager to hear her idea. Dad muted the TV, and Mom turned around to listen attentively. For the next 5 weeks, I want to save my allowance, build a refreshment stand, and call it Granny's Treats. I want to make Granny House famous lemonade that everyone loves. And Mom, your ooey gooey cookies are sure to be a bestseller. I want to sell the lemonade and cookie combo for $3 a piece. Harmony smiled and continued. Ava has agreed to help me with the flyers and running the stand. She done already hired employees. If I make enough, I hope to buy the bike on my own, give Ava some money for helping, buy some toys for kids who are less fortunate, very important, giving back, charity is very important, and put the rest in my piggy bank, savings. And I'm going to need my parents' help. Could you both help me? Please. Her eyes twinkled with joy as she nervously awaited their answer. No one made a sound. Mom had her hand over her mouth in awe, and Dad barely blinked. Harmony belted out, so what do you think? Mom came over and picked Harmony up. Harmony, I am so proud of you. You took the time to think about all of this on your own. This makes us so happy. I honestly don't know what else to say. So we're gonna skip past them embracing each other, them having a mom, dad, and harmony moment, and really just taking in that exciting moment of their daughter creating a plan of action to make this money. All right. So this next chapter is called Plan in Motion. I guess I should have really been showing some of the pictures. Y'all forgive me. Still learning how this works. So this is her and Mom at the grocery store. Okay. Harmony and Mom were on another girl's day out, but this time, this day was all about preparation. The sale day was near, and she wanted to make sure everything was ready. Mom had taken care of making the shopping list for Harmony since she knew both of the recipes by heart. Lemons, limes, sugar for the lemonade, and all the ingredients for the ooey gooey cookies. And if you guys actually have a copy of the book, at the back, you'll actually see some recipes so you can make your own ooey gooey cookies and famous lemonade. All right. Not only did Harmony have to buy ingredients, she also had to purchase supplies like cups, straws, tablecloths, napkins, bags to place the cookies in, stickers for the labels, a box to keep the money safe, and a notebook to keep track of the inventory. So daughter is running the whole business, okay? When they got to the register, the cashier rang up everything and said, your total is $71.50. Harmony's eyes grew wide in shock as she gave the cashier's money. And just a backdrop, Harmony had already saved up the $75. So 5 weeks she had saved up her allowance, which came up to $75. So now she got to pay for her supplies in order to fund this business idea that she has. As they left the store, Harmony said, Mom, this is a lot of work. I did not know it would cost this much to get what I needed. Almost all of my allowance is gone. Mom hugged her tired shopping partner and said, Sweetie, you have to spend money in order to make money. Okay, that's an investment principle. Okay, business is all about making sure you have prepared properly. The goal is to make more money than you spent. Harmony sighed and nodded her head in agreement, too tired to even complain. Okay, so now we're going to jump to the next day, and they are now preparing for, you see all their ingredients. Ava and Harmony is doing the lemon challenge. All right, so here we go. The next day, the time had come to see if their hard work was really going to pay off. Harmony and Mom had spent the day before mixing, cutting, baking, and bagging cookies. Some of the flour was tossed in the air, and Harmony ended up looking like a ghost. Dad came in, saw the chaos, and started taking pictures while laughing. Ava came over to help make the lemonade. There was quite a bit of measuring, pouring, and mixing. Harmony kept asking the same questions anxiously. Mom, do you think anybody will come? Mom, are the cookies gooey enough? Mom, is the lemonade too sweet? Mom finally said, listen, sweetie, you've done such a great job. You've planned, and prepared. And we're so proud of you. And you and Ava have told so many people about today. Dad and I have shared with our friends, family, and coworkers. Business is marketing. Okay. Let's just see how great today will be. Now run outside and see if your dad needs any help. When Harmony went outside, she was excited to see Dad standing next to a booth with the words Granny's Treats painted on the front. She screamed, hugged him, and thanked him for the surprise. The smell of cookies traveled throughout the neighborhood. Granny's Treats was officially in business. So remember, Harmony had a vision. I want a bike. I don't have the money for the bike. So I'm going to save up my allowance to fund this business that I believe is going to give me enough money to purchase my bike. Okay. So now we're on chapter 7. Where are all the people? All right. The girls sat, this is Ava and Harmony, sat in the booth. Ava counted the cookie bags. Harmony counted the cups and straws. Harmony looked down both ends of the street. There was no one in sight. The flyer said the event started at 2 p.m. It was 2:06. Now stood on the porch. Mom stood on the porch and watched the girls. Harmony asked Ava with a disappointed tone, Ava, do you think people forgot? Did I say the wrong day? She was worried. Where did all the people? Honk, honk. She heard the garbage truck coming down the street. Harmony jumped into action. She tied her apron and got ready for the task ahead. Before the garbage men got there, their first customer, Miss Brenda, walked up. She was one of the sweetest people Harmony knew and was Granny Hal's best friend before she passed. So here is I don't know if y'all can see it, but here's Dad, Harmony, and Ava, and then the garbage truck. Okay. We almost done. Miss Brenda took a sip of the lemonade, then exclaimed, Wow, Harmony, your lemonade tastes just like your Granny house. This is so good. Can I get a picture with you too? I want to remember this day. And that's another thing. If you see some kid entrepreneurs or if you see some regular entrepreneurs, support. That's the biggest thing you can do, even if you just share in a post. All right. Sorry. Here we go. Girls, thank you. And remember to always reach for your dreams. This is Miss Brenda. You can do anything you put your mind to, Miss Brenda said, hugging them both and adding a tip to the jar. Thank you, Miss Brenda, they both said, enjoying the embrace. The orders started rolling in after that. Harmony was pouring and handing out lemonade as Ava handed out cookies. It felt like everyone in the neighborhood came to see what Granny's Treats was all about. Harmony could not believe her eyes. Not only did almost all the neighbors come, but some of her friends from school and even some of the people from Dad's job showed up. Those who came were delighted to see two young girls working so hard. Harmony and Ava were sure to say thank you to everyone as they sold the items. Mom overheard different customers talking about how good the cookies were and how tasty the lemonade was. It was indeed a great day. Everyone's order was filled quickly and no customer was left unhappy. Ava handed out the last order and looked at her tally notebook. She realized they had completely sold out and had served over 80 people. They were too tired to jump for joy, so the girls just plopped in their chairs and waved their hands instead. Mom and Dad helped the girls clean up. All right, we're going to jump down. After all the cleaning was done and everything was back in its place, they went into the kitchen where Mom placed all the money on the table. Let's count and see how much money you've earned. Harmony remembered how Mom taught her to count the money. $20 bills first, $10 bills second, $5 bills third, and $1 bills last, she recited. All right. And then that's the picture of Ava, Miss Brenda, and Harmony taking a picture at the lemonade sale. All right, y'all, we're almost done. Okay. So after all the bills were counted, they counted the coins. Harmony's eyes grew wide in disbelief. She could not believe the total amount. She almost wanted to ask Mom to count it all again. From the sales, tips, and donations mean someone just gives just out of their heart. Harmony had earned $322.50. She was so overjoyed, she hugged and thanked Mom. Oh my goodness, Mom, this is more than enough. I have enough to buy my bike. I can ride with my friends now. Harmony yelled. Ava joined in the celebration. They laughed and danced. Dad walked in smiling and started dancing too. We did it. We did it. They all danced and cheered together. Mom cleared her throat. Harmony, sweetie, so proud of you. But remember, it matters how you spend it. Let's create a plan, which is a budget. Let's create a plan of how we're going to spend this coinage, this money. The dance party was over and it was back to business. Harmony grabbed a piece of paper and began to write down how she planned to spend her earnings. Mom told her, now that you know you want to buy, let's budget how much it's going to cost. Everyone knew the bike was the first item on the list. The bike would cost $150. Out of $322.50, after you purchase your bike, you will have $172.50 left, Dad said. Harmony and her parents decided to give Ava $50 because she worked extra hard to help with the event. Harmony now had $122.50 left to spend. Mom suggested she put aside $35 to buy small toys to donate to other children. Giving back is very important. After everything on her list was budgeted, Harmony still had $87.50 to put in her piggy bank for savings. Harmony was glad she had a lot more than $4 in her piggy bank. This time, she laughed thinking about it. She even started thinking about how she could use this money to grow it even more. All right, and this is kind of showing how she budgeted the money. She had a little sticky notes with Ava, bike, donations, and savings. So budgeting is very important. It's great that you got the coin. It's great that you got the money, but how you spend it is very important. Harmony looked at her parents and Ava with excitement, knowing that she had accomplished a lot. It looks like I'm getting that purple, glittery, sparkly, shiny bike sooner than I thought. She smiled and started jumping. Not only was she getting her bike, but she also earned enough money to help others. This was the best day ever. Now let's go get your new bike. Harmony ran out the door into the car. The next day, after riding her bike for the first time with her friends, Harmony sat on the front porch smiling and thought, I really did it. Like a little pat on the back. I did that. Like I really did it. Some of y'all need to pat yourself on the back. Say, I did that. I started that business. I wrote that book. I really did that. The neighbors and other customers were still talking about how good the lemonade and cookies were. Since things went so well, Harmony asked her parents if she can do the sale again. Here she comes, entrepreneur. They said yes. Granny's Treats was now in business for the long haul. Harmony learned some valuable lessons. She now understood what it meant to work hard for the things she wants. She no longer pouted when her parents told her no. She realized that the art of managing money is for all ages. Harmony wasn't the only one who learned lessons about budgeting, saving, and charity. Ava learned some lessons too, and she was eager to help with future sales. This time, the two best friends set goals together. One of their goals was to make a difference by helping others. How can you work hard to make a difference? And that is the end. At the end of the book, there is a My Guided Money Journal. And I challenge every parent to really get this and allow your child to go through it with you, because it's very important that they begin to think about the things that they can do in their lives. If they're really good at drawing, they can create paintings and sell them. I've seen a lot of artists. If they're really good at doing hair, my daughter started a nail business. She said that she closed it down for COVID, of course. But she started a nail business because she wanted to just paint people's nails and people were paying for it. So whatever that looks like, but I definitely challenge you to tap into what your child's purpose is, what they like to do, and let them have that experience of gaining some point behind it. That's it.
Thank you, Crystal. That was amazing. I just have to give you a shout out because I feel like this is something that we as a community definitely need to talk about more with our kids and more with ourselves as well. And so you hit some major points in that book, and I already bought it, but I might have to buy a few more copies because that was amazing. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you so much for having me, Sharaya.
No problem. So we don't have anybody in the Zoom to ask questions, and I've been following the comments on Facebook, and it looks like we have a lot of people that still have their piggy banks from childhood.
Yay.
That didn't get piggy banks, and so I might have to talk to some of my grown cousins about us getting some piggy banks together. Now I'm fine with that. We can make that a mission together.
Let me know.
Yes. And I want to thank you for talking about charity and entrepreneurship, because I think that's important too. One of the great things about this reading series is that our youth are getting to see these authors, these Black women authors in the month of Black History Month, who have written their own books and who are reading their books to them. And I greatly appreciate all of y'all, but especially you today with this important word, because I needed it as well. So if you all have questions for Crystal, y'all feel free to leave them in the Facebook comments. I've tagged Crystal in the Facebook post. So if you are one of my many Facebook friends and or family members who happens to have a class or a daycare group and you would like to see Crystal on your screen, y'all feel free to reach out to her. I can connect you to Crystal if you would like me to, because getting this information out and sharing harmony in the Empty Piggy Bank is very important and it's very vital right now. Even in COVID, we can make it happen virtually. Just do what we got to do. Okay. So I want to thank Crystal again. Amazing job. I love the book. And I also want to give you all an update about next week. So next week we will have Alamance County's own Tia Gilliam-Wilson, who will be reading Can I Help You Cook? I'm trying to convince Tia to do a cooking demonstration, but apparently I'm not as persuasive as I thought I was. So we might just get a book and then leave the floor open for questions. That will be next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. The flyer will be going up shortly. Thank you to all of our co-sponsors. Thank you to Adrian for calling in at the beginning, getting us all situated. And thank you again to the amazing, the wonderful Crystal McLean. Y'all have an amazing Saturday.